Hi again.
Hello.
We have put in our sleeve. We basted it along the outside to hold the shoulder pad. And then I'm going to take a long stitch to anchor that shoulder pad to the armhole. And I'm going to do a long stitch and this is really important. I need to stitch exactly in the seam. If you're away from it and not on it, you're going to mess it up. It won't work. Okay, so right exactly on the armhole seam. And I'm doing the long stitches because sometimes this can get thick.
And you sewn also in the shoulder pad.
Yes, see?
Okay. And the canvas.
And the canvas.
Through the armhole.
Right, I'm on the sleeve side now and I'm sewing right into my armhole seam, right on it. You can't miss it. If you miss it, it won't work right. And actually, this is very easy. Coming to the end of the canvas. Okay. Okay, so now the shoulder pad is attached. Now I want to trim the shoulder pad to be perfectly even with the seam allowance. Because remember, we pulled it out a little bit at the shoulder. And this is a little too much anyway. I don't want it to be any bigger than a half an inch. Okay, let's take a look. Wow. Yes, nice. Now, you see that harsh point here? That's the reason for the sleeve head. It's going to go behind that so it looks rolled and you don't see a sharp edge there. Okay, so it's the sleeve head. It goes into, against the sleeve. The shoulder pad goes against the shoulder. Sleeve head will go against the sleeve. So I'm going to take my sleeve head, and they're made differently, and this probably isn't my most favorite. It's just, but you're going to also make your own sleeve head out of your fabric, cutting it on the bias and rolling it over. And on this, I want a line to follow, so I'm going to take my sleeve head and fold it over a half an inch, and I'm going to do a long stitch. You're not going to, you might find it at Fine Fabrics, but I'm giving this to you all with the class, with the shoulder pads and sleeve head, okay? So at a half an inch, I just am not crazy about this particular sleeve head. Okay. So now I've kind of made it so that it has like a right side and a wrong side. Right? This is smooth. So that's the part that's going to go into the sleeve, against the sleeve. So I'm going to find the center of it. And I'm going to match it to the shoulder. The shoulder seam here. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to sew that on. Now, once again with the long stitch. And another reason why I wanted that seam on the sleeve head, because I'm sort of sewing blind here. And it's got to be right in that same armhole seam or it's not going to work. So I'm going to match the seam, you know, that stitching of the sleeve head to the seam of the armhole. So I'm going to do it little by little so I can match that stitching to the armhole stitching. And then I can just sew right on top of that stitching, and I know I've got it. Okay. Match it. You miss that seam and it really won't work. So I've told you about Angelo, my good friend and mentor. He would charge me if he had to show me something over again.
Where is he?
Right now he's in Tampa, Florida. Okay, so enough. I gotta show you again. It's gonna cost you. Alright, let's see how I did sewing that. Just trimming just a tad more. Okay, now let's take a look. See what a difference that sleeve head just smooths out that sharp edge. Beautiful, huh? Love it. All right.
This is again all type of stuff.
And there's a reason for every reason. Okay. Now I'm going to baste the lining around. See, and now this is fitting. Looks like it's fitting nicely. All right. Let's take our basting thread. I wish Ryan was seeing this.
I feel sick.
No. We're almost done. Almost done. Okay. I'm going to baste my lining around, attaching it. The basting thread. See how have my hand and arm inside, so I feel the fabric and make sure I have enough lining here that nothing's pulling. Okay. See how it's always good to have that extra inch up there? Because if you run out of it lining, then you have to piece it. It's a mess. Okay. And then come to the front. Everything is good there. Okay. And then we'll go to the last and final step.